Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm so excited. We have a brand new speaker with us today, Philippa King. She is with us here today. And I actually spoke with Philippa last week or the week before. I forget. We had a session together, and it was absolutely wonderful. Oh my goodness, I loved it. It was so beautiful. You definitely want to, if you get a chance to work with Philippa, you definitely want to do that. Right. And so, part of my mission here is to support you in being the best version of you, right? Being the best version of you, living your greatest life. And for a lot of that, it is about bringing our divine gifts to earth, to express our divine gifts, to live in the fulfillment of using our divine gifts, expressing them in the world, right? So we're going to be talking to Philippa about that, bringing your divine gifts to earth. We're going to talk about aligning with your divine gifts and path, discovering the biggest block to shining your light and sharing your gifts. We're going to talk about and maybe clear some blocks to bringing your divine gift and light to earth, and clear individual, collective, and planetary fears of your own power and gifts. Gain more clarity on the importance of bringing your true frequency to the new earth energy now. And remember that you have come here with a higher purpose. So just keep all that in mind, and we're going to be taking some live caller questions. We're going to be doing a short guided meditation process in order for you to bring your divine gifts to earth. And for those of you who don't know Philippa, Philippa was, she's new to me as well, right? So she was referred to me, or she knows a few of the other healers that I know and that have been on the show, so which is awesome. And Philippa is an intuitive energy healer, a teacher, and the founder of Cosmic Light Codes, which is an ancient ascension and healing system that is new to Earth at this time. And Philippa has been assisting people all over the world for 2 decades to remember that they are a unique expression of source energy, clear their blocks, and shine as their true selves. And she is joining me today to talk about some of the challenges of bringing your divine light and gifts to the world and how we can clear them. So please join me in welcoming Philippa to the show. Philippa, welcome.
Hello, lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yay, awesome. I'm so glad you're here to talk about this, because this is a huge topic, to be honest, right? And I know a lot of the people in my community, they would love to share their gifts. Some of them would love to know what their gifts are, and not just share their gifts, but be comfortable in shining their light, be comfortable in being the divine being that they are. So first of all, because it's your first time being here with us, I just wanted you to share, if you can, a little bit about who you are, how you got started doing this healing work, and how you brought your divine gift to earth.
Okay. Yeah, I started about 21, 22 years ago now. And I sent out a kind of call to the universe that there must be something more I could do when I was encountering a being that was having some suffering at the time. And when I was traveling at the time, and when I came back, Reiki just turned up, like Reiki, Reiki, Reiki everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm very much a believer that we should honor ourselves and listen to ourselves, and to be a skeptic, if you like, and listen to your own experience. So I was very young, about 16, 17. I was like, oh, I don't know about all this stuff. I'll wait and see how I get on with it. And yeah, that was really amazing. Around the same time, I was discovering I was very empathetic. I was just learning that when I went out and I was suddenly sad or suddenly happy or suddenly angry and searching myself for it, I discovered that it wasn't mine. And I've always been very lucky to have amazing teachers. So teachers have just popped up and taken me under their wing, and I was very lucky to learn about my space and my gifts and how to take care of my energy and to know what was mine and what wasn't mine. And then I found that through doing the healing, working with people with Reiki, stuff started to bubble up for people, as it does when they're having healing. And at that age, I really didn't feel equipped to assist them further. So I trained in hypnotherapy originally. I did want to do psychotherapy, couldn't afford it, to be honest, and I'm really glad I didn't go that route, because everything I work with now works with listening to the wisdom of yourselves, connecting with your energy space. And I think that would have taken me on too much of a brain route.
Mm.
So yeah, I started working with that. Then I had a massive car accident the week before my exam of my 1-year hypnotherapy course, but I still
Wow.
passed. I got honours.
Awesome.
And I even did some healing on somebody else in the hospital when I came out of the car accident. So, but yeah, I started to when I started the hypnotherapy, that was a bit of a jar for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also a very healing opening for me, because I had a lot of things that I think as I started my healing path started to surface. So I then found lots of other modalities that worked with my cells and my wisdom and energetically, and just found that that really helped me very quickly, and it helped me so much that I really dived into working a lot with people with trauma and PTSD for about a decade. And then I started teaching different modalities as well, teaching people more to initially to overcome things like anxiety and traumas and find the roots of them. And yeah, it really evolved into, I realized that it's not our individual stories. We've all got these collective stories of not good enough, of suffering, and so I found that although I was helping people clear their blocks on, you know, whatever topic was coming up, health or love or whatever was going on for them, or traumas, that actually it's all about us being our light.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I always say to everybody whenever I first meet them about anything that I do with healing, is we are a bubble of love and light. We are source energy. We are our higher selves. And I see it as my job really to kind of clear out those bits that have clogged up that light, so more of that can come in. And then I was doing that for about the last 10 years, and about 6 years ago I really got told I'd be, well, actually longer ago than that, I'd be doing something totally new, which I was a bit upset about at the time, because I was like, no, I've just got comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm really happy doing this. And that has been a real journey to really step into bringing something completely new, because the other things I've always worked with are systems that have already been in place for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been so important to me to bring everything through with the highest integrity, and make sure that everything is really, really clear, and that, you know, you trust your intuition. And I didn't realize how many, you know, as we do as healers, we clear as much as we can. Oh, something juicy to work on, let's clear some more. But this has really been a journey. It's of that totally embracing who you really are and putting that out in the world and bringing that forward. And now I still work with clearing blocks and tuning into who you are, but it works on a much deeper scale. It works on levels that might be from other planets, other lifetimes in other star systems. It might be from this, it really doesn't matter. If it's clogging up your light and on impacting the quality of your life and your happiness, then that's when we go to work on it, really.
Awesome. Thank you. And so, as I said before we went live, we are going to be taking some live caller questions. So you can raise your hand, or you can type in your questions in the chat. And at the same time, we're going to be doing a process later to help you to bring in more of your divine gifts, right?
Yeah. They're already there, really, but it's like, but clear the way for them more.
So why is it so, I mean, like all of us, including me, we all have this. It's like, I want to bring my gifts in. I want to just express myself. I want to be who I am. I just want to shine my light. I just want to be of service. I just want to. Why is that so important for all of us?
Well, it's important because it's who we are and it's what we're here to do. But I think it's doubly more important in the last few years as we've been going through these shifts, because we're really connecting much more with all of ourselves, all of the divine aspects of ourselves. We're really starting to embody our higher selves and be at light vibration. So it's like we've we've been in our physical little box thinking there's this higher energy up here. And from that perspective, for a very long time as humans, we've all been having that feeling, you know, we might want to do something that's in alignment with us, we might want to do something that's slightly out of the comfort zone of what our family and friends might think. We want to listen to that inner voice. But we've been run by our logic and our survival, you know. So there's been that little inner voice, and we've gone, oh no, but I couldn't do that because I need to be practical. I need to do that. And now, the last few years, as we're really coming into connecting much more deeply with all of ourselves and starting to run on an operating system that's more through the heart than just the brain, that part is now bigger and needing to be honoured much more, so that that's starting to be the leader. That's going, I don't care if it's illogical to your brain that we're saying leave this job, or this isn't right for you, or you want to go and do this thing that seems crazy. So our logical brains are going, oh my God, what, you want to go off and start singing, or you want to start doing this new healing thing. But this part is like, I need to be honoured, I need to be listened to, I need to be expressed now.
Yeah.
So I feel one aspect of it is very much that we're coming much more into alignment with embodying more of our higher selves. I think another factor to that is about contribution, which is about the collective, more of the we consciousness that we're moving into, rather than just this separation I consciousness. And as we're moving into that, we're remembering also that we wanted to come here now. We've come here now as a divine being to be part of this, to be part of something, to bring a contribution. And every single being is a contribution. So I know some people are like, I don't know what my gift is. I'm getting in such a muddle, you know. So there are ways you can just tap into the energy of that and start to trust that until you even know what that is. And with a lot of conditioning that we've been through, you know, as we've grown up, and a lot of the school systems, you know, don't allow a lot of expression of freedom when we're younger, and we're all conditioned. Some of us have lost touch so long back that we have to sift through a lot of other stuff before we can even go, oh, what lights me up? What do I really enjoy? What's the thing that I love bringing around other people? And I think as well, we have to remember that although it's nerve-wracking and it brings up all this stuff that's in the way, we're living in a really, like, the most exciting time for thousands of years to be a woman in business, to be a healer doing any kind of healing. You know, for many thousands of years, if you made somebody a herbal cup of tea, you'd be burnt at the stake or bopped on the head. Or if you tried to move outside of your comfort zone and do something different, that just wasn't allowed within society. So with the world changing and the availability of the internet for people to reach more people with their own message,
like we're doing right now, right?
Like we're doing right now, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, and that's the thing, is I used to work in the government, so really, you know, no woo-woo at all, right? So doing work that was like no woo-woo at all. But I knew long before I, you know, decided to leave the government that I couldn't do that forever. When I saw myself doing that for the next 20 years, there's no way I can do that. And at the same time, I was talking to other healers and psychics and coaches, etc. And they would tell me, yeah, you're going to do something else. You're going to work with angels, and you're going to work with galactics, and you're going to work with, it's like, I don't even know who that is, you know, at that time, right? I don't even know what that is. And so it's not like I was told these are your gifts and this is how it's going to happen and this is what you do. No, you know, it was more of each time I tried something different, something new, more of my gift would open up. But each time I was like, okay, let me practice this thing. I'm getting this feeling about doing this one little thing. Let me try it out. Let me practice it. And then I would do it. And then that would develop into something more and more and more. And so as to what I'm doing now, you know, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, because I started with Reiki as well, right? Way back in the day. I think we all started with Reiki back in the day. And then from Reiki, I did all sorts of other wonderful modalities, shamanism, access, I don't even know, like so many, it's not even funny. And, learned about crystals and, did a crystal core, like everything, you name it, I did it. Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't know exactly what are my gifts. It's like, I didn't know what does that mean I'm a healer? What does that mean I'm a channel? What does that mean? I'm not that. What are you talking about? Until I started doing little things, and then more started to develop. But I think a lot of times people are afraid to even try one little thing.
Mm.
So, they want to know the exact full path before they even take one step. And the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
know.
the
Sorry, go
path
on.
doesn't open up until you take that first step. And even then, there's nothing written in stone. It's based on each thing you take and what feels good and what lights you up, right?
What lights you up, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thoroughly agree. And even more so, I feel in this energy that we're moving into, it is that one step trust, one step trust,
And people are
one
not
step.
trusting. That's the thing. They're not trusting themselves. They're not trusting their inner knowing, that inner feeling that they're getting. They're not trusting that. They want to see the magic first before they trust that the magic is there.
Yeah, but you've got to, like you've experienced, it's experience. Like I said earlier, be your own. You've got to try on that resonance and see if it lights you up, haven't you?
Yeah.
And just go, okay, I'll try this. That doesn't resonate, but I took a bit of that really felt comfortable, or set off me with a thought or a feeling or a connection that's taken me a slightly different route.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's not quite so goal
Yeah,
do like the old linear at all, is it?
it's absolutely not. And that's the thing I think people need to get, is that there's no one path for everybody. Each path is different, and it's based on you individually. What do you want? What feels good? What lights you up? There are no answers of this is right, and this is there's no such thing, I don't think. um
No.
Not from my experience anyways. So let's talk about, I mean, we've talked a little bit about some of the blocks that I've seen in a lot of people, but what are some of the biggest blocks that you have found with your clients about bringing our light and divine gifts forward now? And that's the thing, it's like the trust we talked about, the fear, wanting to do it right, wanting to know the exact path, but what else is coming up for people?
Okay, so I'd put it mainly under that label of fear.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few different components of that, and everybody's different. But some of the big main things that I've found have come up for people over the years is fear of being seen, fear of success, or fear of failure. So that, like, I want to know it's going to work first,
Yeah.
or I'd like someone to tell me what it is, but it's your journey. It wouldn't even mean the same if someone said it's XYZ, because actually it's a process of your true frequency, blending with the frequency of your gifts and bringing that through. So yeah, I find fear of failure is a total non-starter, but fear of success is oddly quite often much bigger than the fear of failure, and really comes with this fear of being seen. So if people are, well, if I have that or I do that, I might have to do something with it. That would mean stepping out of my comfort zone. That would be the real me being seen. So it's also really, it's not just a journey of our gifts, but it's a journey of really connecting with, loving and accepting ourselves, because we can't, how can we put that out until we're comfy with that? So that's why it's such an inner journey.
Yeah.
What other people will think,
Mm-hmm.
and disappointing others. So if people have gone, oh yeah, they're going to do this path and this path and this path, and you're going, oh, that doesn't feel right for me. Sometimes that courage, or finding that trusting, that knowing to go, this isn't my path, it doesn't feel right. And it's always a feeling of tension, contraction or heaviness when something doesn't feel right for you. Our body is like our thermometer for our energetic being. So when something is like, oh, no, that doesn't feel right. And when something is right, you'll just feel it. You feel much softer and much more open. I find there's a lot of vows and oaths that get in the way of that, like old contracts and agreements that we might have made to ourselves. You know, we might have got scared, we might have been bopped on the head for being a healer, or making somebody a herbal cup of tea a few thousand years ago. And so we've gone, right, I'm putting that away and I'm never getting it out again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Yeah,
I'm not doing that again. So and I find like vows and oaths, whether they're made just to ourselves or whether they're kind of made in witness of something, so a vow to give away your power or to hide all your gifts and not share them with the world, they're like programming but even more strong. So they really get in the way, and quite often people feel that as they're starting to, like you said, go on their journey and find things that resonate and flow, and this feels like my journey. It's a gathering of all that energy, and as that starts to flow, you might suddenly become aware that this is flowing well, and oh, I suddenly have a tightness or an uncomfiness here, or I've got a knot there, and that's when I would look at, you know, okay, what's the energy there, what's being held there. And quite often, especially around this area, it can be vows where we're kind of like, I'm going to keep it in, it's not safe to let this out, which is another big one. It's not safe to share my gift.
So that's a lot of really common challenges, right? Common blocks that we all have, for sure. So how can we overcome some of these challenges?
So I'll just say that one of the other ones that comes up is really about bringing our frequency to earth. So when people are trying to search for the answer of where it might have come from, it's quite often come from just bringing our light here, because we might have had so many experiences where it was short-lived or we didn't get to share our gifts. Like, oh, that's a bit gunky energy, I don't know if I can go into that. That's a lovely one to clear. But yeah, so overcoming that, I'd say on a practical level, it would be listen to yourself. Just moments of listening to yourself.
So not listen to the mind.
No, like no. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I find that. Listen to your inner being. And there's no right or wrong way for that. That might be meditation for you, it might be walking outside, it might be you're really, really hectic, busy person. It might just be just breathing and taking a few moments in your day just to tune into you and what you feel like, because we're all so busy these days that we forget to even do that, and we're so used to the busy, we've forgotten what that true us feels like. So even if you haven't got a big practice or that you do at the moment, just take a few moments a day and extend those moments and really start to feel into you. So yeah, dedicate a bit more time to the energy of your gifts. So if you know what your gifts are, dedicate a bit of time to them. Whether it's healing, even if you're not sure what healing it is and you're just at the beginning at the moment, go with whatever, like Alara said, try things out. What resonates? What makes me feel more peaceful? What makes me feel more balanced? If it's singing or dancing or art or whatever expression it is, because they're all gifts, then dedicate a bit of time to doing them, because it will create movement, it will create flow. And when we're thinking about it but not actually embodying, even giving those gifts a chance to start to breathe and come to life, then it'll just build up, and you'll be like this inside because it wants to come through. So even if you don't know the exact form at the moment, just get into something that brings you joy, lights you up, and gets a bit of movement and flow going.
Absolutely.
That would really be helpful. I work especially with helping clear root blocks, beliefs, patterns, vows, anything that's in the way, really. Clearing creative blocks as well. Though, again, the movement and the flow is really good for that. Or I'll take you through a little process in a little while. We're just going to clear some channels for bringing the flow of that through.
Awesome.
And what else would be really helpful? I did take some notes earlier. Oh yes, I know. Avoiding what I call dream stealers. And these might be really subtle, or you might flat out, when I say that, know who I mean. So, you know, if you've got this little inner feeling, this little inner voice starting to go, you know, I want to do something else, or I know I want to do some kind of healing, or I know I want to do more of this expression in some form, or I know I want to care or share some of the knowledge that I've got. You've got that going on, and you know that some of the people in your environment wouldn't be supportive of that. Then don't share it with them.
Exactly. Keep your mouth shut.
I
agree.
Nurture it here, nurture it in your space, and surround yourself, if you can, even if it's just one or two people, you know, or if you've got a group or some people that are open to that, or perhaps you connect with them through that flow again, because you've started to try a few things. You open up that flow, share with them.
Absolutely. I love it.
Just give it breathing space.
And practice on yourself.
Yes.
use the gifts for yourself as well, you know, not just for everybody else, but also for you.
Self-worth. Yeah. Otherwise you just go into the straight out. Yeah.
Exactly.
And if it's something you're going to be working with, it's joy that comes from doing it and receiving it as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you should be having fun doing it. You know, if it feels like a chore, if you're not enjoying it, that's not it for you, you know. So we have people with their hands raised, and we have some questions in the chat. What types of questions should people be asking you, or can people ask you, or?
Anything really. I won't tell you what your gifts are. I can help you clear some stuff in the way.
Thank you. I was going to say not anything, because I don't want to get questions like, can you give me a message? What are my gifts? You know, like, be specific about something, you know, about, I don't know, like, how can I get my gifts to come in more clearly or something? I don't know, but just not give me a general message or what are my gifts? She's not going to tell you. But we can, or she can help you. Philippa can help you with clearing maybe what's in the way of you accessing them or bring them forward. Right? Awesome. So if you would like to ask a question, I gave you the parameters. I'm so mean. You can raise your hand or you can type in the chat. Okay, so we already have quite a few, so let's get started. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more than I thought. I couldn't see them all with the hands raised. So I'm going to try and do both people with the hand raised and people who are written in the chat, okay? So Odile was first. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Odile. Are you ready, Philippa?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, go ahead, Odile. You have a question?
Yes. Hi, ladies. I am a healer with no clients at the moment, which is very frustrating. So could you tell me what is blocking me from sharing my gifts, please?
Okay. Hi, Adele. Nice to meet you. And what sort of healing is it that you do?
A lot of different things, access body processes, realigning spine, I've got lots of tools.
So what do you want to do?
Work on clients because it makes me happy and it's very effective.
You want to work with clients because it makes you happy and it's very effective.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I have your permission, Odile, just to tune into your space a little bit?
Of course, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so how comfortable are you at receiving in general, Adil?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay, so that's the first message I'm getting, and it's like a bit of a feeling of a wall about letting anything in. And if we've got that going on, then obviously that may well be getting in the way of receiving that flow of clients, because you're saying you're obviously already feeling very comfortable with wanting to bring that energy out, but just yeah, that's the message I'm getting. So would you like to just close your eyes for me for a moment
Yes.
and just put your hand on your heart and just take a nice deep breath in, just acknowledge the source energy within you, and just take a moment to allow that beautiful source energy that you are just to expand out through your heart, out through all your cells, out beyond your skin, creating a beautiful golden bubble around you. And I'd just like you to ask the wisdom of your inner being, just ask the wisdom of yourself, whereabouts in your system you're holding on to any fear about receiving, and just notice where you become aware of. And just let me know when you sense that.
I don't have a clue.
So your inner being does know. So if you did know, where's the first place you think of? 1, 2, 3.
My back?
Your back. Okay. And I'm getting more like up shoulder blade level and sort of kidney level more than anywhere else. Okay. So take permission just to send some unconditional love, light and healing to that area first.
Yes.
And just say thank you to that part of you for allowing you to work with it today, because this is between you and the source energy within you. I'm just going to ask to bring in the highest and best love, light, frequency, codes of light. To bring in the joy and safety of receiving in balance in the highest and best way for you. Would that be okay?
Yes.
And just notice what that looks like, what that feels like. And as that flows in, you're just going to ask that to transmute and completely dissolve from your light field, from yourself, all in any ways that receiving has felt out of balance or uncomfortable. That you know how it feels to give and receive equally with flow and joy. Would that be okay?
Yes, please.
Knowing you're completely worthy of that. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay. Just tell me if you're feeling a little bit lighter or heavier, Ideal.
Lighter, it brought me to smile and to expand my chest several times.
Good, good. Yeah, because it was right around the back of that area there. I thought it would be lower, but it was up there. Okay. So now just think about a queue of clients just coming to book in with you now, offering you like big hugs and nice payments, and just see how that feels in your body now.
Joyful and expensive. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adil. So definitely do that regularly, okay?
Yeah, and just work on the thoughts of I'm comfortable receiving. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. I love having clients say thank you to me and honor me. Yeah.
So when you're working with, all of us today, can all of us partake in the personal work that you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
So like what you just did with Odile, I also did that for myself,
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
right? So we can all do that. So this is about you willing to receive, not just for your question, but for all of the questions from everybody that's asking, because we're not going to get to everybody. I'll tell you that right now. There's lots of people with their hands raised, lots of questions in the chat, and I can tell you right now, we're not going to be able to get to them all. So receive, 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 okay? All right, so Gurjeet, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Oh, no, I can't. Gurjeet, you can go ahead and, there you go. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Philippa, and hi, Alara.
Hi.
The question I have, is that I would like to know if, first of all, what my exactly gifts are, and second, why, the current business that I have, it's just not taking off, and I'm just not getting clients. And I'll just share a bit. It's prenatal education for first-time moms, helping them to get through birth easily and without, drugs and other interventions. So that's what I'm trying to get forth, but it's such a big struggle, and I just don't know what's stopping me.
Okay. It sounds like a wonderful vision that you're working on creating and putting out into the world. So, and how does it make you feel doing that work?
It makes me feel really good. Like I'm adding value to people's lives, and I'm making a change that they might have just dreamed of, and I'm making it possible.
Okay, wonderful. And is there a lot of admin and computing and things like that you're having to do as well?
No, there's not a lot of that.
Okay,
No.
wonderful. Okay, so do you have permission just to tune into your space a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
And thank you.
Has it taken you a long time to get to bringing this into your field and your reality?
It's taken me many years, but I've been doing it also for I would say over 15 years, and I'm still struggling.
Okay. So what I'm getting is that there's when I tune into your space, I can kind of see the actual image connecting with people and going out, but it feels like there's still a lot of tiredness in your body about it. Does that make sense?
You'll have to repeat. There's still what's there in my body?
It feels like I can feel the vision feels good and the connection going out feels good, but it feels like there's still like leftover tiredness and weariness. Does that make sense?
Yes, I would agree. There is tiredness most of the time.
Okay, okay. And if you were just to put your hand on your heart and just ask the wisdom of yourselves, just put your hand on your heart for a moment. Tune into your heart space. Acknowledge the source energy within you and just allow that to expand out through your cells, out through your auric fields, forming a beautiful golden bubble. around your light body. If you were to ask your body if this tiredness is just from this lifetime or from many lifetimes of efforting to get your gift to the world, what would it feel like? That it's new or old?
It's very old, and it's definitely very strongly from another lifetime.
Yeah. Okay. So just ask the wisdom of your body, just whereabouts in your body or your energetic space are you sensing that? It might be one place, it might be a few places.
Philippa, it's in the solar plexus.
Okay. Okay, so solar plexus is quite often like our power center as well. So it's really expressing the joy of who we are and what we want to bring to the world too. It's also the root of all worries. So do I have permission first just to bring in unconditional love, light, healing and love and support around that area? Would that be okay?
Yes, please.
And I'd like you just to say thank you to that part of you for allowing you to work with it today. And can we honor and acknowledge all the hard work that that part has done for you in all those lifetimes? Would that be okay? It really knows how it
Yes.
feels to be acknowledged.
Yes.
And that you keep all the value and the strength and the qualities and the determination and the things you've learned from that without having to carry that heaviness and tiredness anymore. Would that be okay?
Yes, of course.
I'm just going to ask to bring in the highest and best love light frequencies and codes of light of freedom and freedom to express, freedom to have joy on your path, for your gifts on your path to be fun again. Would that be okay?
Yes.
And just notice what that looks like and feels like. And I'm just going to ask, as you're just sensing that, I'm just going to witness those just going back across all times, dimensions and realities. And also just clearing all and any 1,000 contracts about efforting, struggling, challenging, that no longer serving you from wherever they've come from. Would that be okay?
Yes, thank you.
And I'm just going to bring down a golden wave of connecting you with source energy and just really remind yourselves, your light body, your system, what it feels like to have absolute divine support and flow without having to do it all on your own. Would that be okay?
Yes.
You know how it feels for your gifts to reach the world without struggle and efforting and tiredness and weariness, with more divine flow, with sparkles. Would that be okay?
Yes.
And just feel that flowing through you, that divine source energy that you truly are, with the joy of your gift. And just really sense that just flowing out through you and right around the world, touching the hearts of all the people and out, allowing them to find you energetically with ease. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more peaceful in my solar plexus now, which is usually my sign. Yours is feeling a bit better. So just tell me how you're feeling now. Are you feeling a bit lighter or heavier?
Definitely lighter and very, very sleepy. Like my eyes are just
Dropping off.
can't.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's rather relaxing when it flows in, isn't it? I think you had that, Alara, the other day as well, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
And are there any, like, I mean, the last thing I have on mind, have we also cleared any oaths and vows that I might have taken to not succeed or anything like that?
I'd probably I'll do a little bit of a collective one of that, because I know we've got a few other callers waiting, and I asked to clear any vows and oaths about kind of struggling hard work. I just got what I picked up on in that moment, what we were tuning in on.
Thank you.
Okay, but yeah, I would definitely have a look at that, and I'm going to go through a little process of bringing your gifts through, energetically tuning into that, and how to touch the heart.
Thank you.
You've just wonderfully
So
reminded me.
appreciative.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gurjeet.
It's just reminded me about sending it out on the psychic airwaves. I remember when I was going, how do I get this new stuff out when I started? And sources and my guides were saying on the radio. And at the time I was like, oh, I contacted radio stations. And when I went, this isn't working. Why have you given me that advice? And I got giggled at up there. They went, no, the psychic radio waves, and it was like energetically sending it out and connecting. So that's what I'll do in the meditation when we do it.
Awesome. Thank you. So Mina, I know you wrote in the chat, and she says, I would like to know how to activate my gifts and how to move forward with the gifts.
Okay. So the activate your gifts is very much that, like we said earlier, the more you can take time to tune into yourself and your heart and your space and get quiet and feel what lights you up without, and I'll make it really clear, without going, what is it, I wish I knew. You know, because that brain bit is the bit that's really getting in the way. So whether that's swimming, singing, walking in nature, giggling with friends, anything that creates that feeling of spaciousness, I would do that bypasses your brain a little bit more and just allows this heart space within you to go, oh. Then when you start to do that, then you've got space for that to go, okay, what do I feel like when I think about this? What do I feel like when I think about doing this option? What brings me the most joy? Is it, you know, and even if you don't know exactly what it is, because you may well not know exactly what it is if you're right at the beginning. But then it's just, you know, I talk to your guides, talk to your inner being, say, you know, I know that I would love to do something that expands my heart, that makes me feel fulfilled. You can start with that. You know, if you haven't got a clue at all, start with that. I really set an intention. I really want to tune into and call out to the universe to find what's in alignment with making me feel fulfilled, and just setting your intention to do that and giving permission to your inner being and source and your guides to bring you that resonance, because that's really what it's all about. It's about frequency and resonance now, rather than getting stuck on our brain candy stuff. And then just go about your normal day and just see, there will be articles that pop up, there will be a sign, there will be a conversation, there will be suddenly a course that pops out the blue that you'd never even thought of going on. There will be, for me, it was when Reiki just went Reiki, every direction, you know. I was working in a hairdresser's at the time, and it was like, in a men's hairdresser's, you don't get Reiki coming in there. And one day I was walking down the street and there was somebody doing a 15-minute taster, and I thought, oh well, I'll just try that then. Probably won't like it, you know, I'm not sure, but it keeps turning up because I'd sent that intention to the universe. There must be something more. There's something more I want to do that brings me into. So if you haven't got a clue at all, set your intention and ask for and give permission to help I want to do something that really brings me joy, that feels fulfilling, that can allow me to really be me and be in more joy. If you know what it is, then give that more energy, movement and space. There's also the aspect where we are, lots of us, tuning into new gifts that we're literally, as we go connecting more with our multidimensional selves, they are getting new. And a lot of people I know who've been doing psychic readings or things for a very, very, very long time, like, I don't know, 40 years or things, their gifts are changing now.
Yeah.
So we're all coming into new way of being. So if you're doing something, it's probably going to change a bit and have something added to it. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's in a way easier than the people who've been doing what they're doing for years and being asked to completely shift it. So, but we're all in that stage. It's give space, set intention, give permission, ask for guidance, and just be open to receive it. But with here, not with this.
So is there, so for just going on from Mina, is there something that is blocking her from accessing those gifts? I don't think it's about accessing those gifts, but trusting those gifts. Like, can you, I don't know if there's some block that's in the way of her, other than her head, because she thinks a lot,
Other
she's
than
in
her
her head a
head.
lot.
Okay, well, should we do the meditation now?
Yeah,
So,
you want
like,
to?
Yeah, because that would be helpful for
Everybody?
everybody, and it was
Okay.
trying to do that.
So there was a question that Susanna asked really quickly. Are there any vows or contracts that are common to all of us that you could clear?
Yes, we could do that. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So, okay. So let's see if we can bring this all in together. Okay. So, I'd just like to invite you all for a moment just to close your eyes, just place your hands on your heart. Just really acknowledge the source energy within you. We're really going to put some trust in place because we've forgotten how to trust ourselves. We're so used to trusting everybody else and everything else on the outside. We've forgotten how to go inside. So we're all in training, really, training ourselves to trust that again a little bit more. And just imagine, sense, feel that source energy within you expanding out, lighting up through all of your heart space, through all of your cells, expanding out beyond your skin, through the layers of your auric body, forming a beautiful golden bubble around your space and your light body. And I'd just like you to become aware for a moment that beneath your feet, you're standing on a beautiful, glowing white golden grid between your feet and the earth. And this is the grid of ascending earth. It's the lighter, easier, less struggly energy that we're all moving into. And just notice how that feels different from normal grounding. I'm just going to bring down from the source of source, because we are source, beautiful golden wave of light, like your own personal ray of sunshine. Whenever I work, everything always comes through this golden wave. Imagine that flowing onto the top of your golden bubble. And as it does, you're fully connected with your light body, your body, higher self, full sense. So first, I'd just like you to ask your body to let you know you're holding on to any vows of struggle, suffering, having to do things the hard way, or vows to keep your gifts hidden until the right time, because now is the right time. And just notice whereabouts in your body or your energy field you become aware of. And then down through that golden ray of wave of unconditional love and light source energy, just going to bring in the highest and best love and light frequencies, highest codes of light of spiritual freedom. Just notice what colour feelings flow in, allow them to expand out through your field. As they do, they're going to dissolve and transmute more than any old vows of struggling, suffering, having to do it the hard way, hiding your gifts until the time is right. No longer serve your soul's highest good, and clearing them back through all timelines, space, dimensions. And sending them back to source. Now ask that we bring in the highest and best love light frequencies of empowerment. Empowerment is honouring, valuing, respecting, appreciating the divine being that you are in your wonderful way. That it's safe for you to do that, that it's possible, fully deserving and worthy of that. I'm going to bring in the highest and best light frequencies and codes of light for that. As that flows in, just allow that to expand through your field. And as it does, we're going to ask that it completely transmutes and dissolves any fears of your gift, any fears of your own power, any fears of misusing or others misusing your gifts or powers. That's completely healed throughout all time, space, reality. And remind you, ask Source to bring in the highest and best frequencies of love and light to remind you the joy of being your true light and sharing your gift. And that you use your gift in the highest and best way, and that it's safe and you know how it feels to trust yourself. Trust your own gifts and trust that you use your gifts in the highest and best way. And clear any old collective vows and contracts from Atlantis times, Sumerian times, when we all may have taken on contracts to hide our gifts and power until the time was right. As those are literally lifted off you now. And in doing that, you're lifting them off for others as well. And I'm going to ask that really tune into that golden wave of unconditional love and light source, connecting with the source in you, because you are that. And just really sense, and also being in the highest and best frequencies for you, individually and collectively, to light up the joy in your heart, being you. And ask for any gifts that were pushed down, pushed away, forgotten, hidden, or blocked off from those vows we just cleared, that they are now honoured, acknowledged, and bathed in source energy, love and light. Knowing that there are many of us, many of you, many of all of us, bringing our gifts to earth this time, without feeling we have to do it alone. Just really tune into those gifts lighting up. Doesn't matter if you know what they are or not, we're leaving our brain out of this. Just feeling the energy of that. And then just see, sense, feel or imagine that the energy, those gifts, that source energy flowing through you. Just see that flowing out from your heart around this beautiful white flowing grid of new earth. Just see that touching the heart of all people who are ready to appreciate the gift. You might just see or sense that as waves of feeling or colour or light. You might visualise people or places. No right or wrong way. Just feeling into the energy. And just notice how that feels now. And then sense the gratitude coming back from their heart centers to you and source energy within you. And that might be a feeling, it might be waves of light. And downloading you that you are totally deserving and worthy of sharing this love and light and receiving this love and light. As that flows through, it can completely heal and dissolve, transmute any old contracts or fears that were in the way of bringing that to earth before. Totally bringing it alone. Without having to figure it out, without having to consciously understand it all, that you can just work with the energy and the feeling of it and allow that to flow and develop. As we're just in that space, just now, set your intention to expand these gifts and love and light within you and your life. at a pace that's right for you, that feels safe and comfortable for you. And just give permission to your whole soul support team, your guardian angel, your higher self, this energy, guides and angels. Give permission to them to assist you in this expansion of the gift, helping you find your way within and bring this flow, giving and receiving to the earth. And we're just going to let that golden wave just go back to being a golden thread, because it's always connected. Bringing your golden bubble in a little, but leaving your golden bubble there. It's always there. And just bring your attention back to your heart space for a moment, back to your physical body. Just give your hands and your feet a little stretch and a wiggle. When you're ready, just come back and open your eyes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
glad
you.
I didn't cough in the middle of that.
No, you did not. No, it was...
I'm going to do one now. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. All right, how's everybody doing? After that, hopefully you're feeling lighter, more calm, more relaxed, more in tune with yourself. All right, so we're going to take a few more questions in just a minute, but I wanted to talk a little bit as well. So Destiny says that was lovely. I felt a lot release. Yes, calm and peace. Awesome. Good. Thank you, Destiny. So I want to talk a little bit about the special offer that Philippa has for us, and then we'll go back and take a few more quick questions, okay? So if you're on the live page, you can just click on special offer. If you're not, you can go to alara.at/show/Philippa3. And so basically there are two special offers, package A and package B. And package A includes a 1-hour private light code session with Philippa, as well as 2 bonus MP3s. One is a guided audio meditation for bringing your divine gifts to earth, and the second one is divine downloads. And then package B is everything in package A plus a 90-minute live group call as well. So Philippa, can you tell us a little bit about what the private session is with you, like what that's like, and also about the live group calls, and a little bit about the meditations?
Okay. So private session, they're all on Zoom or Skype or audio, whichever you're most comfortable with. So I usually do them by Zoom, but we do them by audio. It's good if you've got a certain area that you want to focus on for the session, and then really it's between you and source energy. A session, I would say, is the best way, but I'm a sort of psychic facilitator, if you like. So I'm kind of picking up on the messages and witnessing and seeing and sensing as stuff starts to shift and what we need to bring in. And working with cosmic light codes is very fast but gentle. I have been known to go very quickly, so I slow down. I do very much adjust to who I'm working with and what I'm picking up on, what they're feeling. And it's very much tuning into your whole system, and then what is it you want to create, or what is it you want to clear, and then we tune into the whole energetic field of what's going on about that, what's going on for you, what's going on in between, and that might stretch back throughout all time and space, and then we find what are the things that are getting in the way of that, or bring that closer. And we're always tuning into your space and your body's wisdom, checking in. Okay, what's changed now? Let's go, until the whole area feels really congruently different. So it's quite intuitive. It's very fast. You feel quite spacey while we're doing it.
Yes,
But you
definitely.
feel a lot change as we're working.
Yeah.
So it's very, very visceral in that way. And then, like I said at the beginning, you're the expert on you. So after a session, I have found with the Cosmic Light Touch sessions, it takes about 4 days to settle, because we're working at a deeper level for your light body. So it's almost like it ripples out, and it takes our brain a little while to catch up with the changes that we've made. So that's the sessions.
And the session, just really quickly, the session doesn't have to be just about your gift. It could be about anything.
Yeah, it can be about anything. Absolutely. And anything you're working towards, or anything that you've got coming up that's going on for you, that's getting in the way of you wanting to love yourself more, be happier, go forward. Anything that's clogging up your light, if you like, or your path.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be on that. It could be on anything.
And then the group call?
So the group call is going to be about bringing your gifts forward and clearing lots of juicy vows and contracts. So there's a lot I know might be there, but I always go on the group as well, because every group energy will bring a different mix of what's coming up collectively. So we'll be working much more deeply on bringing your gifts forward. And I hope, as you experience from that meditation, then you don't have to know exactly how it is, but you can give space for that energy to call on. But we will be going more deeply into that and clearing, lots of earth vows and contracts and blocks, and lots of multidimensional ones as well.
Awesome, good. So is there anything else you wanted to share about the packages? So I was just going to ask you really quickly, your sessions, how quickly can people book them, or how far in advance are they right now? Like,
I think from sort of middle of next week, I've got.
Okay, like people don't have to wait like 3-4 weeks to get a session.
No. Sort of max week and a half, 2 weeks usually. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Oh, and the meditation. So there's 2 on there, because I was going to put my book on, but I haven't quite got it finished. So, but I have nearly finished it. So I will have a book out about our multidimensional selves and what we're moving into, and all the things we want to clear, but it's not quite ready yet. So there's an MP3 instead, which is about loving, valuing, and appreciating you and the miracle that you are, which is lots of energetic downloads. And there's a meditation, which is probably rather like the one we've just done, because it's really about bringing your gifts to the world and the blocks on it.
Great, awesome. So so those packages again are available at alara.at/show/Philippa3. I'm just reading what Stacy wrote to me in the chat.
Oh, go on.
All right, so do you want to take some more questions?
Yeah, go on then.
Awesome. So Stacy Finnegan, you're up. I'm going to unmute you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Stacey. You've got the most beautiful scene behind you.
Oh, thank you. I was in California in August, and I took that on a drive down from Malibu.
Highway 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just sharing that somebody seemed to have fallen asleep because the meditation was so relaxing.
Oh, sorry.
I guess my question is, I've been doing a lot of healing over the last year, but it seems to keep coming back to a blockage with my inner child, and I don't know, like 4 or 5 years old. How can I get rid of that once and for all? It seems like it doesn't, she wants to hang on, and I'm not wanting her to.
Okay. So, without going into too much detail about, obviously I don't want to dive in and do a whole session on what you've been working on with your inner child, but for me at the moment it's all about this trusting ourselves, is integrating. We're integrating all the parts, and if there's a part, if we go, oh, I'm scared to go forward, or that's not working, it's never all of us, it's just a part of us. It might be left over from past lives, or from something a fear our inner child's holding on to. And we can feel that discord because we've got big part of us going, I want to go forward, I want to do this feels in alignment. Another part going, oh no, I want to hold back and I'm scared of that.
Yeah.
So would you, without diving in and sharing too much details about, what's the main emotion you would say she feels?
Fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just do a little exercise with you, but I'll just say as well that what I find super helpful for working with your inner child, because we're all so good at almost like pushing that part away or trying to peel that part off. It's still resisting energy, that push-pull energy. And that part, really what it mostly needs is love and encouragement and safety and nurture. So what I find is if you can imagine that part, whether you just tune into the fear or whether you picture her, however you work in that way, just sense that and create a safe space and bubble for her. Okay. And ask her what would she need in that bubble to feel absolutely safe and fantastic to join you on this journey, or just to feel safe, fantastic in that moment. And it might be, you know, a unicorn, it might be an ice cream, it might be a color, it might be an emotion. Okay, and say, okay, would you like me to send you that now? And you can use that golden wave and see if she likes the gold. You know, if I bring the golden wave down, if you're sensing it as fear, you'll feel the fear start to change. If you're sensing it as a picture of her or a feeling of her, you'll sense if she feels comfortable with that. And just keep, you know, saying, what else do you need? What else do you need? Until that feels softer and more comfortable. And then literally place her, once you've got a bubble with everything she needs to feel safe, place her in your heart.
Okay.
And when you place her in your heart, just let her know, you know, just see how she feels to be in your heart and how you feel, and just go, I'm so glad that you're safe and in my heart now.
Yeah.
And what I encourage people to do, if you do a bit of inner child work, sometimes I do a longer session on that. It's a bit hard right now because I don't want to dip into too much emotion with you or what it is about. So I'm just trying to give you a little overview. But what I do sometimes is we do a lot of past healing, clearing the blocks through visualization until it changes. But then that most important bit is place her in your heart. And every time you're going forward or you get a little bit of resistance, just remember it's just her feeling a bit unsafe, and just go, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Also, imagine if you had somebody with you that was a little bit worried or a little bit nervous, what would you say to them all the time just to make them feel comfy? Because we're so good at being critical to ourselves, like, why can't I get rid of this part? Why can't I sort this out? Why can't I move beyond this? I'm trying to get rid of this. And of course, that part's feeling all that. So it kind of gets us to make our self-talk a bit more caring as well, if we can think it's just a part of us that wants to feel safe again, and give that reassurance ourselves. We have the power to do that. We can do that for ourselves, even if that wasn't available at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand
But
that. Thank you.
I'll just send her some healing anyway. Is that all right?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm literally just like wrapping a golden blanket around her. I'm just giving it to her so she can wrap it herself a little bit, like not smother too much. And it feels like she's just a bit nervous to come out
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she feels like she's going to get told off. Like she comes out a little way and she's like, oh, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure. So it really feels like that gentle reassurance would be super helpful. So even giving her the blanket, it was like wrapping was too much. I'm like, no, I'll just give it to you. And she's like, okay, I can do it myself a little bit then. And I'm just going to see if I can just ask her if I can just do a little bit of healing, just to, if she'd like some sparkly love and light to dissolve a little bit that fear and make her feel a bit safer. And can we just let her know that she knows how it feels, that we'll never tell her off? Would that be okay? That
Yes.
she's not going to get told off?
No, she's not.
That Source loves her, that you love her. Would that be okay? Okay. But just tell me what you're seeing, feeling, what you felt, what you feel now.
I've been sending her messages myself, just that it's okay, we're safe. She doesn't have to hide, and she can play.
Lovely.
I feel flutters and I feel lighter. So yeah,
Lovely.
I need to do that more.
Yeah.
And tell her I'm not mad at her. I didn't mean it to sound like I'm mad at her and just knock it out. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Well, it may not be. I don't. That's what I mean. It's a bit of a difficult one on a just like that. But we're all quite often it's come from somewhere else. You know, it can have come from older, but we're quite good at being a bit critical to ourselves, and so it felt like that trust. She's just going to sort of do a bit more of that reassurance, and then she'll give her that bubble.
Yes. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Awesome.
Lovely to meet you.
You too.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Laura.
All right, we're going to go to Juliana. She's had her hand raised for quite a while. Juliana, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Juliana.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good. My question is, I kind of get like these energy surges into my head and down my body, and I get dizzy or nauseous, but I'm not asking for, it feels like it's a energy download.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any insight into that? I never asked for it, but I've been getting them a lot lately.
Okay. So you may not have consciously asked for them, but your soul is probably absolutely ready at this time, and just tuning into the higher frequencies of yourself and source energy and the lighter energies we're moving into. So when they're coming in that strongly, it's either that you're very sensitive, but more that it's speeding up that connection of you and
Yes.
yourself. So everybody's at different places on our journey. You know, sometimes we're more out of sync for a little while, then we come back into sync. And now, because the vibration of the planet is going up, we're all being like caught up quite quickly.
Okay.
So they can come as surges. And the best thing you can do when you have those is just take time to honor you afterwards and let that integrate. And sometimes all you can do is sleep. Have you had that where you just feel really, really tired afterwards?
Yeah, in the past few months I feel really tired, but I'm like, nope, I can't. I got to keep going. Let's go.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
You know.
So I know it's difficult with our schedules and work and kids. And
well, it happened to me at work today in a meeting, and I was like, oh my god, like I felt like I was gonna pass out. I'm like, what is this?
Okay, so I'm really glad you said that. So some things with the universal shifts of normal light codes that are coming in, they are just when they come in. But when it's more about connecting with your multidimensional self and that kind of marrying up, I call it, it's like our vibrations here, that vibration's there, and they're trying to meet up. So they'll go ding, ding, and come in more like that. You can ask your guides if they could do it at an appropriate time that's better for you. You could go, you know, could I have this at the weekend? But sometimes it is to do with planetary alignments and things, so we don't always get that choice. But you can certainly ask your guides, because really it's part of you, and go, okay, you know, I realise this is me lining up with myself more, letting more of my light in, coming into more of alignment. Just acknowledging that takes a lot of pressure off. But could we not do that at work meetings? You know, could we make this in my rest time? So set an intention for that, see if that helps a bit. But I would say, if you can, honour yourself if you're feeling really tired. I know it really goes against what our kind of programming is, and especially as women, you know, I should carry on. Oh, I need to be busy doing this. You know, it's lazy if I sit still. It's wrong. I should be doing something useful. So you can ask, you tune into your space and say, can I clear some of this programming that's getting in the way of me trusting this alignment of myself? And we can't always just go to sleep for weeks, you know, but if you can, just honour yourself a bit more, take a bit of time to rest more, listen to your space. What do I feel like I need? My body feels like it needs sleep. My body feels like I just need to go outside for 5 minutes and have a breath of fresh air, or go away be in nature for a whole day or something. If you can, honour that, because your system will be letting you know your physical body will need a bit of catch up on this. Because it's frequency work. So our energy body is getting the downloads, but our physical body, it's working quite a bit faster than we're used to. So it's like, oh my God, it feels like I've done a marathon or something.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.
Bye.
So great question and great answers for her and everybody else. Michelle Hepner, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. No, I'm not good. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi,
everybody. I can see you.
Hi.
The sun was so bright. I didn't even have it on earlier because I was just like white. So I was like, okay, I could turn it off. It's kind of going down now. Thank you very much for what you're doing. This is awesome. I feel really great today. The meditation was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So I've had issues, I guess lots of, I definitely had childhood issues, and now, you know, coming into wanting to be myself and be authentic. I definitely want to help, and I know I'm a healer. I've always felt that. I've always been like peacekeeper. I've always been the person in my family that, you know, wants to bring everybody together. And my idea, I think, is that lately, I think I really feel like we just all need to be like shining our light, like lighthouses, like just be yourself, and it doesn't matter what it is, but more like just being like a prayer warrior, like for the universe, you know, just to bring that idea in. And I have problems trusting myself. I really want to start a business, and I guess just not being able to shine as a kid, and not really being I've always felt really good about what I have to say, but not always been able to you know, really do anything with it. So I don't know if it's trusting myself, or like not being able to, you know, bring myself out there to the public. I'm just kind of wondering what you might feel about that for me.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm so glad you shared that as well, because it doesn't matter what we do, because we are the gift sometimes. It doesn't always have to be like, I'm going to be XYZ healer or this. It might be we work in a little gardening shop in the road, or down the road from us, or we're just with our family, but we still bring those gifts through. And we can practice that by doing that energetically, and sometimes energetically is how it comes through, indirectly as well. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I have permission to tune into your space a moment. Would that be okay?
Yes,
And just
thank
a tiny
you.
bit of healing. Would that be okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to send some healing to your inner child. Would that be okay?
Yes.
So, well, just when I tune into your space, I've got a couple of things. So when I tune into your inner child, she feels so lovely, really, really warm and loving and friendly. But she's almost hiding behind people's skirts a little bit. She's quite shy, and she likes being in the background, like just to see what's going on everywhere else, but hiding back a little bit. She just feels a little bit shy, but she's very sparkly energy as well. So I'd just like you to put your hand on your heart space for me and just tune into source energy within you and also that part of you being feeling a bit shy, and just expand that love and light all the way out. And just been creating a bubble as big as feels comfortable for you. Could you just say thank you to that part of you first, for allowing you to work with that. Could you just ask your space, you're holding on to, or she's holding on to, anywhere in your body or your face, beliefs or feelings that you have to work out this reality or the beings around you before you can come forward, and just see if you become aware of any.
I know I have two places. I feel stuck in my throat and I feel stuck in my legs.
Okay. So I'm just going to bring extra love, light, and safety around those areas first. That's okay?
Okay.
So can I clear any, it's not a vow, but some kind of, any agreement, contract from any other place to mention that you weren't allowed to speak your truth? Would that be okay?
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
And any vows of silence, would that be okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Can we bring in from source energy, the highest and best codes of light, to remind you that you have permission to speak? Would that be okay? That you're allowed to speak? Would that be okay?
Yes, thank you.
And that you know how to communicate the energy of your true self. Let me remind you of that.
Mm.
That's reactive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that you know how it feels to know that you are bringing your true self and your gifts to a lighter vibration of earth now. Would that be okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Without feeling that you're going into the old gunky vibration where you had to work it all out first. Would that be okay?
Yes, that would be awesome.
It's a safer, more receptive, loving vibration that you're bringing your energy to, without having to be wary. Now you know how it feels for your gifts to be understood, even in the language of love, light, and energy. Would that be okay?
Yes, thank you.
And appreciate it. Without feeling stuck here. Would that be okay? You have freedom here. Would that be okay?
Yes.
And that you have your whole team. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Can you lift any fear or worry from your heart center and just bring back in love, light, and peace. Feeling of peace.
Yes.
That it's safe to relax and be you. Would that be okay in this lighter field?
Yes.
You okay there?
Whew. Yeah, I've been tingling and feeling vibration in my ear, and I felt like a tone in my ears and loosening in my throat too.
Okay, lovely. Okay, take a
Thank
breath.
you. Thank you.
That's all right. So just I would take a bit the same as the other lady with your inner child as well. Feels like this lovely energy you brought from somewhere else, and it was just very, very soft and gentle, and it was like, oh, this reality seems a little bit odd, I'm not sure about this. So it was like, okay, you can bring it to softer reality now, but just kind of, you know, we're all here now, we're all bringing our light now, just let her know that.
I kind of felt like it was an energetic hug, I guess.
Yeah, lovely.
Because all of a sudden I kind of felt like a tightening around my middle. Like that was wonderful. That was amazing. Thank you.
Okay,
It came
thanks
into
for
my
being
head. I really felt like a harmony. Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Good.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you. You too. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Thank you, Michelle. That
Thank
was
you,
great.
everybody.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, good. So, all right. So, oops, 1 second. Oops. All right. So, how are you doing, Philippa?
I'm okay. I'm out of water, so if I cough, I might have to just get a top up.
No worries. Yeah. So I know that we went a little bit long, and I knew we weren't going to get to everybody, but those were some awesome questions that people had and awesome processes that you did with everybody. And we can all partake of those processes. We can, receive the processes, receive the energies, receive the clearings from all the processes that you did, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because energy doesn't know, energy doesn't know time and limits, so it's just there to be picked up on. Yeah,
exactly. And so is there
sorry,
it's okay. Is there any other last message that you or your guides want to give us at this time about sharing our gifts, about shining our light, about being us?
so yeah, I really feel that, just want to say, because that just popped up at the end, always little things too, that really remember that we're not doing it on our own this time. Yes, it's our own journey. We need to integrate with our true selves and create that space and set that intention. But a lot of that other fear comes from bringing it out here, So just remember that, well, I don't know, everybody, but a lot of us are all bringing our true light here at the moment. So we're not alone. And you can, even if you can just tune into picturing that beautiful grid around Earth and sensing that there are so many other beings bringing their light here too, really starts to shift that frequency and make it feel safer and easier and more comfortable for us too. And I would say just work on trusting yourself. Sounds so afy wafy, but it is trusting yourself. But it's trusting yourself a little bit at a time. When you listen to a little intuition and you act on it and it lines up, and you're like, oh, I've got all bubbly and excited, or that felt good. It doesn't matter how big or how little the steps are. And quite often they're tiny ones, but it's honoring that, Oh, I feel like I need to hang on here for 10 minutes more. I don't know why. And something pops on the radio that's really important for you, or you suddenly have an idea. They are the little tiny steps of honoring that trusting that will get you lining up with that trust a little bit more and a little bit more, so that then you can honor that a bit more and honor that a bit more. And it is different and uncomfy. So it's getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. I did myself a big poster for that a few years ago. Comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. With that, put one foot forward, don't know what's there, and know something's going to come up and meet it, and that's what the trusting is, a little bit at a time. So just giving yourself moments, and you always kick yourself when you haven't listened to it, when you're like, oh, I knew I should have listened to that feeling and that would have happened. So yeah, really know that we are all going through this together. You don't have to, yes, it's our own process, but the energy is so right, and everybody is so ripe, and everybody is so ready to listen, appreciate, and open to the joy of people sharing who they really are. It's the only thing everybody's resonating with now, because we're feeling more truth with us, but also we're needing to feel more truth with others. So it's not as scary as it was before. And you can use that golden light process just to check in with yourself, okay, have I got some resistance? Have I got a block of it? Oh, I'm having a bit of fear about this stage, I had another one the other day about starting doing Facebook Live. I can happily teach courses with loads and loads of people. I'm in my element. I can talk for hours, but doing Facebook Lives just to a screen without a room of people. So I had to do some more work on myself. It doesn't matter how long we've been doing it. You can just tap in. Okay, what's that part need? Bring the love and light there.
Right.
Let that soften a bit. Soften in space.
Exactly. And that's the thing, just trust yourself, trust your knowing. If you have a feeling to do this, or, I feel like I want to do it, then just do it. Don't wait for somebody else to give you the validation, confirmation. Just do it, and do it in a small way. Do it for yourself, and then see what happens. And then say, okay, what else now? Okay, what else now? Okay, what else now? Keep asking the question, knowing that wherever you're going to start is not where you're going to end up.
No, never.
Right? Wherever you start is not where you're going to end up. That's for sure. And so it's just, it's just baby steps, and these are just the steps along the way, stepping stones along the way to, that's how your path is made, by little stepping stones, a step here, a step there. And it's never a straight line. It's always kind of curvy, to be honest, but that's, that's okay. Just go with it. So yeah, so thank you for that, Philippa. And thank you everybody for all of your questions. Please do take a look at the special offers if you'd like to work with Philippa. It doesn't have to be just about your gift. It could be anything. And she's amazing. Like I said, I had a session last week or the week before. Time just goes.
Week, I think. Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. And so many different things came up as we were talking. It was amazing. It's like, oh my God. It's like, and she's like, so what about this? Like, oh yeah. And what about this? Oh yeah. And I'm getting a little bit of this. Oh yeah. It was really cool. So definitely take a look at the special offers and work with Philippa one-on-one if you can. The special offer A is a 1-hour session plus 2 MP3s, and then package B is the 1-hour session plus a 90-minute group call plus 2 MP3s. So definitely you want to take advantage of them. And that's available at alara.at/show/Philippa3. So if you really want to move forward on your path, move forward on your journey, just be more comfortable with who you are and clear any blocks or resistances that may be in the way of you being the best version of yourself and living your greatest life, take a chance and check out the offers with Philippa and work with her. It'll be really helpful. So thank you so much again, Philippa. This was so much fun, so wonderful, wonderful wisdom, wonderful energy work and energy healing. Cleared a lot of blocks, and there's always more to clear, absolutely. But the thing is, like, you don't have to do it alone. Like Philippa says, you're not alone. You are supported. And, Philippa is here to offer her support to you as I'm offering my support to all of you as well. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Philippa, and thank you. I know we didn't get to all the questions, but there were so many. But thank you, everybody. All right, so have a great, wonderful day, afternoon, evening, and until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Thank you, Philippa.
Bye. Thanks, Alara.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye for now.